the secret to upselling for family photographers. So if you are not someone who currently uses the upselling method for family photography, I'm going to do a little mini breakdown for you right here just so you kind of know what I'm talking about the rest of the video. So a lot of photographers are all-inclusive photographers, meaning they will charge a set price for a set amount of time, usually like an hour session, and then they will deliver all of the photos that turn out well from that hour, and the client can download all of the digital files. I used to be this type of photographer, especially because I was in weddings. I was a wedding photographer to start out with, so of course for weddings you really want to deliver all the photos. But then when I switched to families, I just found that people kept asking me like for smaller packages, like, oh, well, I don't want everything that this includes, like, can you make a smaller package for me? And at first I got frustrated with that, and then I realized, like, let me just do what people want, right? And so I started making packages that only included a set amount of photos, and I found that I started getting booked a lot more. And even as I started raising my prices, I still only include a set amount of photos, and not only are people kind of happier with that package because they feel like, oh, I don't need a lot, I just want XYZ, they also tend to upgrade, right? And so then I end up making more money that way. And I also have a package that like is all inclusive, and so it kind of helps that it's like they can choose like, okay, I want all inclusive, or I don't want to pay that much money, I only want the 20 photos. And even if they choose the not all inclusive package, most people end up upgrading. So the way my packages currently work is I have one package that's $1,100, and that includes all of the photos and a video. And then I have my standard full session, which is $750, and that includes 20 photos. And then I have my standalone mini sessions, meaning like you can choose your own time and date, but it's 15 minutes. It includes 5 photos, and that's $550. And then I have my back-to-back mini session, so that's when I run mini session marathons, at least 8 in a row, and those ones are $350 and again include 5 photos. And then most people end up upgrading to the full gallery, which is an additional $350. Or they could purchase additional images for $45 per photo. And like I said, most people end up upgrading to the full gallery, and so I end up making a lot more money this way through the upselling method. Okay, so now let's talk about how do I get people to upgrade to the full gallery, right? Because they go into it thinking like, okay, I don't want to pay that much. I'm okay with like just getting the 5 photos, or I'm okay with just getting the 20 photos. Like I don't need the all-inclusive package. So how do I get most people to upgrade to the full gallery? And the secret is posing the way I pose them, okay? And so before I get into like my secrets for how I pose people in a way to get them to want to purchase the full gallery, I'm gonna tell you to go ahead and go to the description below, and I actually have a free posing guide for you in the description, and that's going to give you a ton of my favorite poses for family sessions that families really love and get them to upgrade to the full gallery. But now let me tell you kind of my method for how I pose people in a way that like makes them want to upgrade to the full gallery. Okay, so let's start with mini sessions. So mini sessions include 5 photos. Hopefully your mini sessions only include 5 photos too. That's pretty standard for a mini session. And that's kind of the secret too. Like you want to include like few enough photos that like they won't be able to choose 5 photos. Like, I mean, every once in a while someone does, but it's pretty hard to choose 5 photos, right? So you want to make sure that you're including a diverse enough like range of poses within that 15 minutes that there's no way that they can choose 5. And it's going to kind of depend on like the makeup of the family, you know, like is it a mom and a dad and 3 kids? Is it a mom and 1 kid? Like, you know what I mean? So depending on kind of the makeup of the family, there are so many different ways that you can pose the family to get so much variety that like there's no way they're going to be able to choose 5, right? Okay, so let's say you've got a mom and a dad and 3 kids. You're going to take photos of the mom and the dad together, obviously photos of the whole family together. You're going to take photos of all the siblings together. You're going to take individuals of each one of those kids. you're going to take like all the girls together, all the guys together, and then besides just the looking and smiling ones, you want to include a ton of like beautiful, fun, candid photos, okay? And I've got lots of good examples of those like ways that you can introduce fun, playful, candid photos in that free posing guide that I have for you in the description. But one of the things that I like to do is I send a questionnaire to all of my families, and I'll also leave a link. You can look at all of the questions in my questionnaire to see if you want to add any of these to your questionnaire as well. So I'll also have that in the link below, in the description below. But I basically ask a bunch of questions to try to get to know the personalities of each member of the family, and basically what's the vibe of the family, you know what I mean? Like every family has different like hobbies, they like to do different things. Like maybe this family is more reserved or more snuggly and touchy. Maybe this family's more outgoing and they like to, you know, go hiking on the weekends. So I like to get a vibe for like what the connections are like between the family members. Like, are they super snuggly? Are they super like playful and energetic? And I will tailor my poses specifically to that family, right? Like if they've got like super energetic boys, I'm gonna be doing lots of like hold the kids upside down, like kids run around mom and dad, that kind of thing. Versus, you know, if I've got more like a quiet and reserved snuggly family, we're gonna do, you know, the calm moments where the kid has their head on mom's shoulder. So I really tailor my poses to the specific family. They'll have more fun during the session that way. They'll also feel like their photos truly like represent who they are as a family, really represent their personalities. And then also like when I'm photographing the kids individually, I also ask about each of the kids' personalities on the questionnaire. That way I know, you know, like what kinds of things are going to make them laugh. What do mom and dad really want to remember about each kid? You know, sometimes moms tell me things like, I love the fact that he sucks his thumb. I love, you know, the fact that my baby only has 2 teeth on the bottom right now. Or one mom told me like, I love the way my baby like puts her hand on my arm when I'm holding her. So I really pay attention to what things do the parents want to remember about each child and try to photograph that for them and really try to bring out their personalities while I'm photographing them. And so the way I do this, okay, this is not just about making money. This is about serving my families, right? Like the reason they purchase all these photos from me is because I served them so well and gave them so many photos that they truly love, that they feel like represent the personalities of each of their kids, that they truly feel like represents the connections between all the family members. And like that they are going to frame these on the walls in their home. They are going to like cry when they look at these photos. They're going to pass these photos down to future generations, right? And so because I serve them so well in making sure I'm getting all of those different combinations for them and making sure that I'm truly representing their personalities in the photo, that's why they purchase the full gallery from me, because it's worth it to them. And, you know, they see the value in it after they get those photos back. So that is my secret to upselling. It's really posing in a way where you are truly getting like all of those possible combinations, and you are truly getting candid photos that represent who the family is, the connections, the love, and it really feel authentic to that family. So again, I've got that free posing guide for you down below. And if you want to dive even deeper into this topic, I actually have a full posing course for family photographers, and it is called Mastering Authentic Connection. And that is truly what it is about. It's about getting those photos that are authentic and where the family members are really connected to each other in a way where you're serving your clients well, and it's also making you more money because your clients are going to upgrade to the full gallery. So if that's something you're interested in, I will also leave that for you in the description down below. I hope this video was super helpful for you. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the description below. And also let me know what other topics you want me to make videos about, because I want to make these free videos that are super helpful for you. I am a family, newborn, and maternity photographer, and I am happy to talk about any of those topics, from shooting and editing to marketing to like how I get fully booked as a photographer, business. I have degrees in finance and economics, so I love talking about business related things, as well as the artistic shooting and editing side. So let me know what you want to see from me, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.